About 10 years ago, there was an anthropologist who had spent a good deal of time studying a particular tribe in Africa. And as he moved in and among the tribe over the period of time that he was with them, he often found himself surrounded by groups of children. When he had finally wrapped up his work and on the day that he was set to leave and go back to the airport, he found himself surrounded by a group of children once again. And so he thought he'd have a little fun and play a game with them, and he gathered up all of the candy that he had purchased during his time there from local towns and things, and he put it all in a basket, and he took that basket and he put it under a tree. And he said to the children, "Come stand over here," and he drew a line, and he said, "When I say go, y'all can run towards the basket, and whoever gets to the basket first wins. They get the whole basket for themselves." So, a race. So he got everything ready, and when everything was set and he yelled, "Go!" no one moved. And he kind of stood there and watched. And what happened was the children, instead of taking off for the basket, reached for each other's hands. And they held hands, and they ran towards the basket so they all could get there together. And so they reached that basket, and they sat down together in a circle, and they took the basket, and they happily passed it among themselves, and they shared the candy. And the anthropologist was astounded because he never saw this in his culture, right? In America here, what would we do? We'd take each other out for that basket, right? And so he said to them, "Why did you do this? Why did you choose to go together when one of you could have had the whole thing?" And a young girl looked up at him and said simply, "How can one of us be happy if the rest of us are sad?" The African term for what that anthropologist saw is Ubuntu. And it means, I am because we are. According to Archbishop Desmond Tutu, Ubuntu cares about others. It's willing to go the extra mile for the sake of another. We believe that my humanity is caught up, bound up inextricably with yours. He went on to say, when I dehumanize you, I inexorably dehumanize myself. The solitary human being is a contradiction in terms. Therefore, you seek to work for the common good because your humanity comes into its own in community, in belonging. The English term for what that anthropologist saw is compassion. It's compassion. It said, I'm going to take you alongside of me and make sure you have enough, no matter who you are. I cannot sit here and enjoy this when I know that you don't have it too. We've said this before in this sermon series, and I want to say it again one more time. The actions and the behaviors that are us doing unto others are as much about what we do not do as about what we actually do. It's about recognizing that unity that we have in Christ, is over and above everything else.